What if I told you the smartest way to build a new four-wheel drive is to do it before it's even registered? This D-Max came to us straight from the dealership, and we're going to show you guys how we put it together. So, the team had a phone call from a customer of ours that was looking to retire in about 3 years. He basically needs a touring setup, so when he goes for his big lap around Australia, he's ready to rock and roll. So we've set up this particular D-Max stage 1, and then that way he can use the vehicle, and then in a few years' time, we can then add extra components that he's looking to do later. But this right here is what he's going to need right now to start that whole process. So starting at the front, number one essential of any touring build is a great bar. This is the Offroad Animal Toro bar for the Isuzu D-Max. It's a great looking bar, isn't it? There's some really nice features about this that I do love. These guys have this integrated section in here that you can house a light bar in, which just keeps the whole grille section of your vehicle nice and clean if you don't want to run some spotties. Yes, there is holes here in the bar for spotlights, so if you still want to go down that road, you can run both. And they do have an option of a little bar that you can get here which incorporates another light bar if you want a different look again. So there's plenty of options for lighting on these bars. Great thing about the Offroad Animal bars, and I always say it, is that all of this bolts in at the front, which gives you absolutely awesome access to your winch. So if you do need to service it, you don't have to pull your whole bar off. You can literally pull out this section and get the winch out. So that's definitely a handy thing if you spend a lot of time winching with your vehicle. Moving further down, Offroad Animal bash plate starts here, but we've actually added custom off-road bash plates underneath the vehicle on this one for extra protection underneath. If you do have an animal strike, most of the time they're going to end up underneath the car. So your bash plates also help for protection with vital components on that type of situation if you ever end up in that unlucky position. Absolute essential part of the touring build is your GVM / suspension. So one in the same, guys. In this particular case, this vehicle here has a massive increase up to 3695 kilogram in GVM, and yes, it does receive a GCM upgrade as well as a part of this setup. Now for the Isuzu and essentially BT50 as well, guys, if you go for this kit from Lovells, you will actually get a cooling upgrade. What does that mean, Brent? That means the old radiator gets removed from the vehicle and a larger component gets installed that is actually with the kit from Lovells. So they believe that increasing that, because the GVM has increased, you are obviously asking more of the vehicle. Therefore, they want the cooling system to basically maintain a factory spec. Alrighty guys, wheel and tyre combinations, and in conjunction with GVMs and GCMs like the D-Max, you need to really take into consideration what you are choosing, because there are only a few options that are going to tick the boxes for compliance when you're going down the road of GVM, GCM increases. We've got the ROH Assaults here. They are a very popular rim. They come in a range of different colors, sizes obviously, but the biggest thing about these rims is that they are load rated, which ticks the box for the compliancing on the GVM, GCM setup. So that's why we like to use them. I actually had these on my 79 for a good while as well. Really good rim. Now, we love to wrap them in the Yokohama XATs. They also tick boxes for load rating and speed rating as well. You definitely need to be across that. If it's all too confusing, you can talk to the team and they will run you through options for your vehicle when you're going down this road of GVM, GCM increases. Well, I wanted to chat pre-rego because a lot of people can get confused. So quick definitions, SSM is what they call second stage manufacturer. That can only be achieved when a vehicle is brand new. So pre-rego, before the vehicle is registered, that is what that means. Post-rego is after the fact that the vehicle has been registered. Once the vehicle is registered for the first time, being a brand new vehicle, that's it.
you are now governed by the state law of whatever state that vehicle is registered in. So let's go back to pre-registration is what this vehicle has. That is then governed by the federal government, not by the state government of whatever state that the vehicle is registered in. Holy cow, that's confusing, isn't it? But our team is very experienced with pre and post-rego GVM. So if it's something that you're looking to do, that is definitely something that they can help you through the process. So like this vehicle, pre-registration, we worked in conjunction with the dealer to get the vehicle from the dealership down to the BAW shed. We perform the second stage manufacturing setup in the shed. We get that all cleared, we get it all complianced, and then like this particular vehicle, it's now going to go back to the dealership and they will register the car under the new second stage manufacturing numbers that we talked about, and then our customer's going to pick it up and drive it home.
What you're seeing here, guys, is the new XGO canopy, chassis mount canopy from the guys at Teralume, and what you see is what you get. But let's run through it together and I'll explain a little bit more detail. So why chassis mount rather than a tray canopy combo? Not having a headboard is a massive upgrade for keeping weight forward and over the rear axle rather than off of the back. So on the rear here, we've still got a little bit of tray space, which can house our spare wheel and our jerry can holder with a little bit of firewood or anything that you want to be throwing in there. And then we've got a little kitchen setup, pull-out drawer, and then you've got a nice flat bench top here as well. Don't forget, this is only stage one of his build. Fridges and power systems are all going to be coming later, but this gives him something to use for now. And that way, if he wants to just run a real basic camping setup, he's still got a bit of bench space for when he goes out camping. Here's three things that I do like about the XGO Teralume canopy setups. Number one being this indoor storage compartment. Really, really good for things like paper towels and stubby coolers as well. Number two, integrated camp lighting. And number three, this number plate flip up bracket. Access your handle. Alrighty guys, so trundle drawer. That is a part of the chassis mount setup. And hello, there you go. Makes it super easy. Handle, flip the bracket down. I didn't mention before, these actually have magnets in them, so it's not just gonna fap around on the back of the vehicle. That nice little click there, it's down, tight, ready to go. On the rear, I want to mention that the spare tire holder and the jerry, these are optional extras. So if you are going to go down this road, you can choose what you do on the rear of the canopy here, guys. So that's going to be totally up to you, depending on what is going to suit you for when you do something like this. Alrighty, coming around to the driver's side, yes, underbody boxes, you do get them as part of the kit as well. And then we've got onboard water for, yes, you guessed it, off-grid touring. The new thing about these is they used to have fill points up here on the top of the canopy. Now they've got a pressure fill, so you can literally just get your hose at home, quick connect onto there, and then it will fill the system for you. Switch for your water pump. Onboard water, guys, is ridiculously handy, especially when you're doing off-grid touring. That is a perfect example of how we believe a touring build should start. Stage one, what did we do? We've got bar work, we've got suspension GVM, we've got wheels and tires, and we've got storage with the chassis mount canopy setup on the D-Max. So that is a perfect little list that you can start with. Yes, there's other things like kitchen setups, 12 volt, extra lighting, maybe even a rooftop tent. That can be done later, but this is a really, really good way to start a build that is going to be touring around Australia. So if you're still watching and you're considering doing something like the D-Max, why don't you head over to the website so you can get in touch with our team. But before you do that, make sure you give us a thumbs up. But before you do that, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, that way you can see my ugly face next week. See you guys, bye. What if I told you to building a new, the best way? It's the best way. What if I told you the under the car? So it's protecting, holy